What is up guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Noman and today's analysis video is going to be about the Euro 2020 game between Germany and France. So Germany lined up in a 3-4-3 formation on paper, but their formation on the ground was mostly 3-5 with the ball, with both the wingbacks moving up and joining the front line with the ball. And they also changed their formation to 5-3-2 without the ball. France, on the other hand, lined up in a 4-3-1-2 formation, but their formation on the ground was mostly 4-4-2, with one of Mbappe or Griezmann dropping in the midfield without the ball. So today's video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball is an app where you can find all the latest transfer news and stats about teams and players. So please don't forget to download the app. I'll put the link in the description. The game plans of both the teams were very clear right from the very first minute. Germany were going to take control of possession, while France were happy to sit back and take their chances on transitions, using the pace of Mbappe. So this is how the two teams were lined up on the ground whenever Germany tried to build their play from the back. The front three of France were trying to press the three German centre-backs, with Pogba trying to cover Toni Kroos. The French fullbacks were not helping in the pressing phase, and they were often staying close to their centre-backs. So depending upon the side of Germany's build-up, one of Pogba or Rabiot often stepped out to cover the respective German wingback. This often resulted in a 2v1 position against one of the French midfielders, as N'Golo Kante was also staying behind to cover the spaces in between the lines. And because of that 2v1 position, Germany were easily able to eliminate the first line of France defense. Front three on the three German centre-backs, with Pogba covering Toni Kroos. Germany are trying to build their play from the right side, so Rabiot steps out to cover the German wingback. And now Gundogan is left totally free thanks to the 2v1 position against Rabiot. 2v1 position against Rabiot, and Gundogan easily receives the ball with time and space to help Germany eliminate the first line of pressure. Germany were able to create a 2v1 position in the midfield. So as the game progressed, N'Golo Kante started to move up to help his midfield against the German overload. But whenever N'Golo Kante stepped up to neutralize the German overload, one of the front three of Germany immediately dropped in the space that was left open by N'Golo Kante to receive the ball directly from their defense. Again, Germany are building their play from the right side. Pogba is again covering Toni Kroos, and Rabiot again steps out to cover the wingback. This time N'Golo Kante also moves up to cover Gundogan to neutralize the German overload. N'Golo Kante steps out to cover Gundogan, and Gnabry immediately drops in the space that was left open by N'Golo Kante to receive the ball directly from his centre-back. Again, Pogba is covering Toni Kroos, Rabiot is once again ready to step out to cover the wingback, and N'Golo Kante moves up to cover Gundogan. And now this time Thomas Müller drops in the space to receive the ball directly from his centre-back. The Germans were able to find these small pockets of space in between the lines. So as the game progressed, the French centre-backs started to leave their line to cover the front three of Germany to deny them any time or space in between the lines. Again, Thomas Müller drops in the space behind the French midfield, but this time Varane leaves his line to cover Thomas Müller in between the lines. The second change that France made to neutralize the midfield overload of Germany was the change of formation. France changed their formation from a 4-3-1-2 to a 4-4-2 formation by dropping one of Mbappe or Griezmann in the midfield. This way, Rabiot and Pogba could easily focus on the two German midfielders, with one of Mbappe or Griezmann taking care of the wingback. And this way N'Golo Kante was also able to stay behind to cover the spaces in between the lines that Thomas Müller and Kai Havertz were often trying to exploit. Kylian Mbappe has now dropped back to cover the wingback, and this way the three French midfielders could stay closer to each other to cut the passing lanes from the German defense to the offense. France, on the other hand, mostly took their chances on transitions, and the combination of Pogba and Mbappe was creating lots of issues for the German defense. Pogba had a fantastic game, and he was the main creative force of France. Germany without the ball liked to keep a high line, so every time France won the ball, Pogba immediately tried to release Mbappe behind the high line of Germany. As soon as Pogba received the ball, he immediately tried to release Mbappe behind the line, who had a clear speed advantage against the German defense. Again, high line of Germany, and it's the same combination of Pogba and Mbappe to try and exploit the space behind the German defense. Pogba was doing a great job of finding Mbappe behind the line, but Mbappe needed to do a little better with his runs, as he often found himself in offside positions, and France lost some great goal-scoring opportunities. Mbappe was trying to make runs behind the line, while Benzema, on the other hand, was often moving in the opposite direction as he tried to drop in between the lines to force the German centre-backs out of their line to open the gaps in the defense. Benzema dropping deep, forcing Rudiger out of his line to open the gap in the defense. But in the first half, the French midfielders hardly ever tried to make runs in the spaces that Benzema was creating. But it all changed in the second half, as France gave Pogba and Rabiot the license to attack those spaces that Benzema was creating. Benzema again dropping deep, forcing the centre-back out of his line, and this time Rabiot makes a run to exploit the space that was created by Benzema. And France should have scored the goal. France definitely looked like the better team, and they thoroughly deserved the win. They had the better chances, and they should have scored more than just one. Germany, on the other hand, looked a bit lost in the final third. Despite dominating possession, they were not really able to create any clear-cut chances. Thank you so much guys for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.